Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome into Everyday Conversations. I'm your host, Martina Kennedy.
And I'm your boy, Mr. J, always in the plays.
Yes, we got through the week. We look forward to Fridays all the time. Mondays is always a drag out, but we made it.
You
So,
already know we did. It's a blessing, too.
yes, absolutely. So today's topic we're going to be talking about cultural news. Just going to be touching bases on a few things that's going on around the world. Um, just like we're gonna start with Usher. I read in the news that Usher had a neck injury and he had to cancel out his concerts and kind of move some dates around and things like that, and kind of got everybody in
Dang,
an uproar.
dang. I hope he's
Unfortunately,
still good. No, I'm just,
unfortunately, things happen, and sometimes you don't have control over certain things, and we just got to learn to understand that. But a lot of people were saying, "Well, I done bought my ticket." And they told me I gotta wait 21 days to get a refund and this, that, and another. I guess it just kind of come with the territory. You kind of gambling with when you buying concert tickets. So how important is it to purchase the insurance for
so,
concert tickets and things like that? How important do you think that is?
yeah. I mean, I think it's real important. You know what I'm saying? And then, too, yeah, um, for us to be who we are and what I'm saying, we work hard and get this money to buy these tickets, and insurance is important even on events like that, because
Mhm.
they human too. Even though they're
Right,
celebrities and
right.
they travel from city to city and do shows, they human too. They get sick, they get injured, unfortunately, so
Hmm.
but at the same time, you really got to be careful with it, but guess what? It's hurtful because guess what? Now, you know what I'm saying? I done rearrange plans, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Think about the single mothers, single
Yeah,
fathers. Hey, they ain't got a babysitter, they
right.
were looking forward to that special night, and now it
And
ain't gonna
some of them
happen,
probably took
you
off
know?
work as well to try to
Right, right,
make that
right,
drive. Yeah.
right,
And I
right.
mean, I guess yeah, all that, yeah, it does make you feel some type of way. But I think we gotta show people grace when it comes to things like that you can't control.
Hmm.
Even though you look forward to doing things and going to see these concerts and see these people in concert, um, it's just an unfortunate situation. But we definitely wishing him a speedy recovery.
Yeah, we do. We're gonna keep Ursha and his family in our prayers. We are.
Definitely, definitely. So, what you got planned for this weekend?
To be honest with you, it's a busy weekend for me and myself. My nephew going to Montevallo. We're gonna get him down
Okay,
there. Then yeah, yeah.
okay.
Then of course, hey, big Avondale Day tomorrow. You
Avondale
know what
days
I'm saying?
tomorrow, definitely.
Yeah,
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 so
yeah.
I'll definitely be out there,
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to claim my
I might
spot and
slide through.
okay,
Slide through. Yeah, I'm gonna
okay.
slide through. What you got planned for the weekend?
That's basically it. Avondale Day. They say it's gonna rain, but we
Yeah,
still gonna keep the party
yeah,
going.
pretty
But
much.
for the most part, I'm looking forward to going home and watching TV. I just want to watch TV and catch up on some movies and stuff like that I hadn't been able to do all week. And just kind of relax and kick back. I don't really want to do too much of nothing, to be
Let me ask
honest.
you a question. Let me ask you a question. What's your favorite series or sitcom that you into right now?
So I'm really like I'm on old school stuff. Um,
You
and
look like a golden girl
yeah,
type of
yeah.
girl.
Well, no, I'm more like
Sanford and
Sanford
Son.
and Son,
Facts. Right, right,
Matlock.
right.
I love Lucy. Like I love like the old Heat in the Heat of the Night. Definitely that. But as
Hmm.
far as like anything that's newer, I started back watching Empire. So
Okay.
I started over watching that. So it's how you watch something the first time and then you see some the
Hmm.
second time that you didn't see the first time. Like, dang, I didn't even know all this happening, in the movie or whatever. But yeah, it's still good to me. So right now, that's what I'm on.
Okay. Mine is I'm a binge watch the new series on Peacock called Those About to Die. I started out watching it, but I couldn't finish it because, of course, hey, we got jobs, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna take this time the weekend, and plus I'm on vacation. I don't
Oh,
really feel like it, but I'm on vacation.
oh, you
Yeah,
good to go
yeah.
then?
I
You
don't,
good to
don't, nah,
go.
nah, yeah.
But
So,
in other news, go ahead.
go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say in other news, I was looking on YouTube, and you know the Olympics just finished and all of that, and we had
Hmm.
some new sports that was kind of interesting that we wouldn't think that would be in the Olympics, and that is breakdancing.
You know what? Be quiet. Don't even talk. Listen.
Right, what her name? Reagan Gunn
Oh, listen.
came out as a breakdancer, and the feedback that she has gotten from that has been
Hmm.
crazy. And you know, I kind of feel like certain things need to stay certain places.
Of course.
You know,
Now,
breakdancing
now, now,
is
now, wait.
a cultural
Yeah,
thing. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
not to be funny, but it's done with flavor. And
Now. Let me butt in right quick. Now, true enough, that's our thing, right?
right,
But have seen there's some white boys and some white girls out there that can get down just like us now.
oh yeah,
They got
definitely,
some rhythm,
definitely,
but when it comes to, and I agree with you, when it comes to a big stage like that, to
yes,
represent the United States, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, like who was judging before they made it to that level on
right.
technique and style and
The
flexibility
most
and you know what
important
I'm saying?
things about it, yeah.
Right,
Like
right, right, right.
I didn't understand, and you know, I mean, what's done is done. But
Right.
I just feel like certain things need to stay certain places. And she got on there, and she was really sad because you know people were saying, "Hey, this is not for you. Like this ain't that. Like you can't just come over here and break dance, and then you're gonna break dance like that. Like you're gonna have to
Mm-hmm.
come with it." And she was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Well, it was important to me, and I gave it my all, and this, that, and another." But everybody like, no, no, that ain't it. Don't even worry about doing it no more. So
I mean
I
that
think
that
they didn't stick it out, you
I
know.
mean and I get that, that's like us going to do ice skating, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, or something, I mean, something,
ain't us.
there's nothing wrong with, yeah,
Yeah,
it ain't us. That ain't what we
yeah,
do, you know what I'm saying?
right.
That's not what we
And we
do.
just have to respect that, you know, and find something that's in our lane.
Facts, facts.
That's how I look at that. So yeah,
So,
I saw that and just wanted to discuss that.
mm,
But what
and
you got?
everybody entitled to their own opinion, and people gonna make statements and things like that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So, when you do cross that lane, or you got to have thick enough skin to hear
definitely.
the criticism, or to you know take in consideration like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And because it's gonna come.
Yeah,
Especially when cause guess what? Our culture feel like, hey, can't nobody do it better than us. No way.
yeah, that's true. That's
I
true.
mean, that's
Uh,
just how I feel. So
mm. And I think you know people don't look at the fact of that. They just look at, oh, I think I can do it. But like you said, once you put your face out there and you go over here and do this and you don't do it right, they gonna get you. Like
right,
it's no way around it. And
right,
so that's just what it is. She
right,
stepped into something that she shouldn't have.
right.
So
All
yeah,
right. So P game
lesson
now.
learned.
Listen, check this out. Right. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
All right. See, and so we all know school back in session,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So how safe do you feel your kids are at school?
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah.
Um. Let me take a pause on that one because, you know, as parents, real parents worry about the smallest things when it comes to their kids. So definitely, if something big was to occur, like it'll be next level. I saw where a kid got stabbed at Huffman the other day.
So a
And it was
kid really did get stabbed, or they just caught the
that's what
kid with
was
the knife?
said. That's what was
Oh, okay,
said.
okay, okay,
I don't know, like if it's 100% true.
right,
But that's what's floating around.
okay.
Um, and I'm just
But
like,
due to, the tragedy, you know what I'm saying, that hit so close to home for you and I, what happened
mhm.
up at that school, you know, and I guess that's where everybody. And so when I did catch the wind, you know, for it to be, you know, you got all this extra security there. How did that even happen?
How did that
How did
happen?
it even
That's
get past security? You know,
right,
so
and that's
how did
that's
it
our
happen?
question as
Okay,
parent.
right,
Um, what security measures are being taken?
right.
Um, I
Are they
need for
being
them.
are they too relaxed, or, you know, like, you know,
Um, well, this just me. Um, I feel like in the beginning, everybody is serious about what they doing. But then as school, goes on throughout the year, things kind of start getting lax.
right,
And then about the end of the year, a couple of months before the end of the year, it seemed like they try to pick it back up, with the tighter security measures and things like that. I need that to be
mm-hmm,
year round. I don't need
mm-hmm,
no gaps in between, what you gonna do, how you gonna do it. I
right,
need you to treat our kids like you would do if your kids were there. I need that
right,
same protection because when
right.
we send them out to school, they're in, their hands now. And I feel like I need you to take care of our kids
Mm-hmm,
at all
mm-hmm,
costs.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
So I agree, you know, and, you know, just speaking as a parent as well, and then, you know, sometimes you have situations like that to where, you know, you got I've seen some security officers take their job to the extreme.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You
yeah.
know, sometimes the way
And
they handle a situation, you know, the situation don't call for the reaction that they'll give off for it, right? And
I've seen that.
I've also seen some to where they just didn't care. They there to get their check, get their money. I don't care what y'all do, long as y'all ain't bothering me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know, but so my thing is, why accept that position if you're not gonna hold it to the utmost of what it's supposed to be?
Right.
You know, your job is to make sure, you know, I don't care if you do know this child, cause guess what? It be the one that you think that ain't gonna do something that'll do something. It be the
True.
one that you think that ain't gonna bring that in or bring something in, you know.
Right.
So you know, you got to keep everybody safe. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's
Mhm.
unfortunate that that happened. You know, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's sad, but that's what we living in, man. And you know, and I agree.
I've seen them take the kids bringing snacks to school more serious than if they got a weapon on them.
Right,
You more worried about if they got a pack of gum in a book bag or
right,
chips or juice. Number
right,
one, they not being, to me, being fed the way they should be. They don't have, the things that we had where we're able to buy extra pizza or cinnamon rolls or juice and things like that. They don't have those things in their possession. So y'all, took all of those things away and you feed them a little of nothing. So by the time 3:30 hit, them kids hungry.
right.
You more
And I
worried
get
about
it.
the snacks than the weapons. You more worried about the book bag. And I feel like I I'm still trying to I'm kind of juggling with the whole clear book bag, mesh book bag, and non see-through book bag. What's the difference? What's the difference? So you telling me that if they come with a clear book bag, you able to see everything just by just by looking at this book bag. Don't you still got to go through this book bag? Don't you still supposed
I
to?
mean, yeah, yeah, you supposed to, but here's the thing too. When you looking at, you got metal detectors, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just like the young ladies that got purses,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you don't wanna, you know what I'm saying, in order to get everybody into the school safely, you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, you wanna at least keep the line flowing. And I think it's a thing
Absolutely.
of, I think it was just a thing of just providing an option, right? Because like some kids like the plastic book bag, some like the mesh, but at the same time, I don't think our kids are gonna, and I'm not saying that they wouldn't or some haven't, but you know, in order to get something into the school like that, you got to be very creative. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nobody gonna really cut open no book and cut the pages out perfectly to put a knife in there or put a gun in there and put it in
Mm-hmm.
your book bag. You see what I'm saying? So,
Right.
but like I said, it's the safety, yeah, is I talk with my daughter every day, and I
Yeah.
know the first week. See, Dad, they got to fighting today, Dad.
Yeah.
They got to fighting today, Dad.
Already.
Dad, they got to
Mm-hmm.
fighting today, Dad. I'm like, what y'all fighting about? Who got the sharpest pencil? Like, what's going on? Like,
So they've been a feud
it's
over from
right.
summertime stuff,
And
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 you bring it
and
back to school.
and guess
You
what?
know,
And piggybacking on our last segment, right? That technology, they in the phones, in the group chats, and
social media
you know,
influence.
and guess what? Here's the main thing: bullying is a big thing in the schools on all levels,
And
elementary, middle, and high school.
yeah.
You
And
know.
what's so crazy when you say bullying, and I gotta say this right quick because I've seen it too often. It ain't just the kids,
Mhm.
the adults. The adults are bullying kids. Like people that got comfortable with speaking on other people's kids. Like it has
Wow.
just became the new norm for a lot of people. And I'm just like, wow, when did we get here?
Hmm.
Our job is to make sure that the kids are doing right. Then you got grown-ups doing what kids doing.
Hmm.
So if you're not showing them the right way, what you think they're gonna do?
Now I'm gonna say this, and I've witnessed it myself, right, in several different school settings. Now the young guys, you know what I'm saying, like hey, you can expect young guys to kind of pop off, but what I've been seeing lately is the
Yeah.
young ladies. These young ladies out here, they listen, they pop off, and then when they pop off, they popping
Yes.
off to the teachers, right? And so and guess what? A lot of these you got a lot of young teachers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That really hasn't developed that level of restraint to, you know what I'm saying, de-escalate a situation with a kid. Cause you talking to somebody that's you know 15, 16 years old. This teacher, she 23, 24, 25. Yeah, what?
They
She
start
gonna get right
early.
back at me. Yeah, she gonna get
Yeah.
right back in the face.
No respect. The
Yeah, like
respect is gone.
yeah. So
Respect
I
is
mean,
gone.
yeah.
So
So it's there. So the safety in the schools is I think it really needs to be um better measurements put in place. I was looking on the news, right? Down
mm-hmm.
in the local area, down in the county, they they are um adding more resources officers to their schools, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and so that got me to thinking like, okay, hey, you know, what about within the city schools, in Birmingham City public schools, like, and then when you really look at it as a whole, it's a workforce shortage. Birmingham police don't have enough officers. Jefferson
Mm-hmm.
County don't have enough
Mm-hmm.
officers. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like,
You know why though?
so
You know why? Because
why?
we got these kids that's growing up today that people just don't want to be bothered with. They just, you putting your life at risk already. But
Hmm.
then you got these kids don't care no more.
Mm-hmm.
They have no remorse for life. Like they don't care. Like they just around her just doing anything. And I think people just there used to be a time where everybody wanted to be a police officer, you
Mm-hmm.
know, but now, like you said, it's a shortage.
Yeah. And it's a lot more dangerous too.
It's dangerous.
It's a lot more dangerous than
It's dangerous.
because, like you said, the safety in the school, like you got some of the officers, think back a couple of years ago, the shooting had not in Texas. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
guy went out to the school. The resource officers and the police was scared to go off in there because guess what? They
Yes.
want they want to go home to their families
They
and their kids
families.
too. You
Yeah.
know, so now you got parents going in there with their shotguns and their ARs and to go get their children. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, but I think for the most part, I think long as you show a good presence, you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, to let the school know and other kids know, hey, well, you know, Miss Martini come up here and Panel come up here and check on his dog all the time, so sometimes, but if all of the and everybody ain't able to take off their job or to just
Yeah.
pop up at the school like that.
School.
You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So,
And
so we do lean on the teachers and the security of the school to keep our kids safe, you know?
and I think that goes back to, you pretty much I ain't gonna say you know what your kids will do, but if you haven't been having any issues, you know, from teachers calling saying, hey, your child doing XYZ, my child go to school to get an education. I don't feel like I have to, you know, do pop-ups. But if it comes to parent meetings or anything like that, I want to try to be there if I can, if I'm available at that time. Um, but like you said, for the ones that's sending their child at school that's causing problems, those are the ones that need to be there.
Right,
They need to be there more than anything because
right.
they feel like, yeah, we sending our kids to school and it's the teacher's job. They're in the presence of the teachers now. Let them deal with it. But if your child is cutting up, no, I'm not gonna, you know, play the parent, the teacher, the security guard. Like these teachers have to have so many different hats just to
Hmm.
make it through the day with some of these kids. They make it so hard to even do their jobs. And that's not fair.
So let me throw this in there, right? So let's just say this the deal with this kid, the kid a problem, but guess what? When the parent come up there, they cutting up worse than the kid. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? They
Yes.
cutting up worse than the
I've seen
kids.
it.
Like
I've
so
seen it.
now you being a teacher, you looking at, oh no, I ain't gonna deal with that one of y'all.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Like
saying? Cause so now
get
you like,
somebody
oh,
else.
okay, now I see where you're getting it from. So instead of, and we've all seen it. We've all seen it. We've all seen it, man. Instead of, and cause guess what? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of coming up here. Well, hey,
Keep
do something
calling me
about it.
for everything.
Yeah,
Get your child in line.
exactly.
Get your child in line.
Exactly.
And then
We've seen
I've
it.
seen to where the office is having to do their jobs. You come in and check your child out, you got to have your ID. You know that. How many times? Y'all know this. Why make something more difficult than it have to be?
Right.
Some people just like to be a problem, and that's sad. I
Yeah.
watched
Yeah.
them come in and say, I need to check out such and such. Okay, you got your ID. You know who I am. You see me come here. But you gonna let them do their job or what? Because then if they're gonna do it for you, then the next person comes say they want to check your child out, they're gonna say, okay, yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna call them up to the front office. You
Right.
let my child go with such and such, have your ID. Don't make it difficult, for these people to do their job. Like they're just
That's,
like it's crazy.
And then here's the thing: we worry about keeping our kids safe around here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, they get out of school. Shoot, you know, they they got to watch out for somebody, mama that want to come up there and jump on them. But you see what I'm saying? Like it's like, hey, like we see it, we see it, we see it.
So what
I
do you
looked
do?
at a story today. I looked at a story today. Then the guy got on and he said, "Hey, I want to apologize to the 7-year-old little girl that had to watch me and my brothers beat her dad up. And the only reason why that happened was because, ma'am, young lady, we kept telling you, hey, stop bullying my daughter. We done had parent-teacher conferences. So guess what? It's consequences to what you do, and your dad had to face them consequences." And I was
Mm-hmm.
looking at the story like, but you apologizing to the young girl. So
Mm.
it evidently escalated to the fact to where you and your brother and them then beat this little girl dad up so bad in front of her
Yeah.
because you bullying this man's daughter. Like, come on.
So it are and I know if somebody do something to our kids, like we ready to go to war.
Ain't gonna
It
do
don't even matter.
it. Ain't
So
gonna
at
do
what
it.
point do we have to say, okay, hold on, let me deal with this a different way? When you got kids involved, I've been in a situation last year with my youngest child where she was not being bullied because these were girls that she once were friends with. But
Mm-hmm.
we have to tell our kids about their word friends. Be
Friend.
careful with
That's
their
right.
word.
That's right.
But she had to start seeing it for herself.
Mm-hmm.
And but it was her by herself. And then you got 4, 5 girls over here. Kids then got to the point where they don't fight alone. And then you got kids that would get in other people's mess. They don't have nothing to do with them. It has nothing to do with them. But because I guess you friends with that person, you feel like your loyalty is with that person. So you feel like whatever beef that they got, you got.
They
And
gonna
sometimes we gotta
gravitate.
choose our
They
battles
they
when it
they
comes to things like
gravitating
this.
to the ones that they feel got the motion right quick. You feel me? That's
And
what they
then till
doing.
you mess around and find out that
Right. 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 Right.
they got them
Then
hands, and then we on a different level now. Yeah. But the kids need to stop trying to gang up on people. They need to stop that because I don't know if it's a sign of weakness or, like I said, if it's a sign of them just trying to show loyalty to that person. But then turn around and you in that situation 9 times out of 10, you ain't gonna get that. You ain't gonna get that same thing back.
mm-mm.
They'll leave you hanging.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't finna fight
Mm-hmm.
them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
kids just got to choose their battles. Um, it's just time out for the nonsense, the social media beef.
Mm-hmm.
It be crazy stuff. Like they just be beefing just to hear. I guess hear themselves talk. I'm like, girl, what is this about? Cause she stepped on my shoe the other day, or she spoke to
And
my boyfriend, or
right, I
like,
was just finna say, don't let it be by now. One of these little boy. I
boy,
get
boy,
what. Listen, he talking to you. He talking to you while y'all at school. But get what? He in her inbox and while y'all at
exactly.
home. You feel me? Like
I'm just
we
like,
done seen it. We done seen it.
yeah,
We done seen it. We done. So I think for the most part though, um, I think what kids need to understand that, and as us being parents, they don't think that we were ever kids either.
yes.
They don't. That's the thing. Like they don't think that when they, especially this line right here. Oh, my teacher just don't like me. Oh man, come on now, hold
Oh
on.
boy.
I'd have said
Yeah.
that 1,000 times. They picking on me. And then guess what? When you get up there and you do your investigation, well, hold on, Miss Kennedy, hold on, Miss Pernell. Now every time she come in here, she in the back talking. You know, she won't sit down. She now you like, oh, okay. You feel what I'm saying? I keep like that. So, you know, it's just, they don't understand that we were kids too. Like, you know, the same little thing that y'all saying, we've said it before. We pulled to try the same little tricks on our parents. It's just, you know, that's just what it is.
That's true. Hopefully
Yeah.
we can, you know, get back to the village and we can grasp the ones, like I said, you know, that the kids that wanna do better.
Yeah.
Because we want to see them do better.
Yeah.
Um, as parents in
Right.
the communities. And we need the parents to be parents and
Yeah.
not just, you know, want to be their friend and jump in all this mess. And we need everybody need to be on board on one accord with what it takes to get these kids on the right path.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I agree.
so that's all I got. It's Friday. Like I'm not on here to talk long, but just had a few things that I want to discuss with you and uh, get ready for Avondale Day tomorrow.
Big
And you
fact.
got a long day tomorrow, so we're gonna end it here. But as always, William, it's always good talking to you. We'll be back on Wednesday at 6:30.
Yep.
We're gonna talk about social media influence.
Hmm.
We're gonna talk about social media and kind of piggyback off of some of the things that we're talking about today. We'll maybe a few more minutes longer Wednesday, but just talk about social media influence and the influence that it has on not just the kids but us as well.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I'm out. Thank you again for joining us on Everyday Conversations. I'm your host, Martina Kennedy.
And I'm your boy, Mr. J, always in the place.
Have a good weekend, guys.
Yeah.